Hey, so today I am making pork chops and sweet potatoes. And this is a new recipe, and it's also from our taste buds. So I have the recipe in front of me. I'm sure you can hear Paw Patrol in the background. That's the kids. So we are starting with a sweet potato. And we're going to peel and dice it. So let's start peeling it. It says about 1.5 pounds, or approximately 2 sweet potatoes. However, I like to have leftovers. Well, I'm gonna do 2, but mine are quite large, so I may be more than what the recipe says is required. So we're just gonna peel it. I don't know about any of you, but this is the safest peeler I have. And I tend to well, this one's not safe, but this is the best one that I've found for me to use. Because otherwise I usually end up taking, pieces off of my fingers, and well, I like to have my fingers. They're kind of important when it comes to cooking. So let's peel this here. Okay, and then I'm gonna chomp this. It says dice, so we'll do that. Okay. And then we'll about 1-inch pieces. So dice her up. That would be the dog. That's okay, Lilo. Okay. Probably barking at the kids' cartoon or at my chopping sound. She thinks there's some people at the door. So okay. One done. And then we'll add some oil. It says 2 tablespoons. But for this, I'll just drizzle some oil in here. 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to take my adjustable one. It's a tablespoon, but I can adjust it to the 2 teaspoons that I need. And in this recipe, we are using the Savory maple seasoning, or seasoning, and it smells amazing. Like, I just want to eat the seasoning. So we're going to dump that in there. And then we're going to just toss this around a little bit and try and get everything seasoned with that savory maple. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this. If you could smell through a video. Okay, and then we're going to put this on our sheet here. And we're going to throw it in the oven. Okay. So, throw this into the oven. And the oven is set at 425 for 25 minutes. Okay. Then, while we're waiting for that, we're going to take my skillet here. And we're going to drizzle some oil in here. Move you guys over so you guys can see what I'm doing over here. So I got my skillet here. I'm gonna grab my recipe card just so I know what I'm doing. We're gonna take the pork chops. Here we're going to portion in the garbage. So we need to season the pork chops. So I'm gonna take one and sprinkle it over this side. And then throw a couple of these. Throw them. In the pan here. Yeah, and I'm gonna sprinkle the other half of my seasoning. It's a wholly human-free habitat, not far off the coast of Foggy Bottom. Total turtle territory. A deserted island near Foggy Bottom. I should claim it and call it Foggy Bottom. And we'll just sear these pork chops a little bit. This stuff smells delicious. I am so excited. We'll just sear each side for a few minutes. While I'm waiting, grab a plate, put these on, and chop up an apple. The rest of you can call it repair, but I don't have any, so we'll use an apple. You guys hear that searing going on there? It's sounding delicious. We'll just sear this side for a couple minutes and then we'll flip it over and do both sides. You guys can probably hear that sizzle loud and clear now. Ooh. It smells amazing. This might be my go-to new seasoning for my pork chops. I don't know if you guys have a go-to seasoning for certain foods you do, but this, I'm gonna say, is probably, at least aroma-wise, so far, my favorite scent. Let those sear a little bit. Sear them a couple minutes there. Anyone else like me and you guys always have a water bottle lying around the house? Anyways, so here, yeah, I'm just gonna let it sear a little bit longer, then we'll flip it over. But on my thing, it says this recipe used sweet potato, but if you didn't like sweet potato, you could use russet instead. And if you don't eat pork, you could use chicken thighs. And it says you could also use cinnamon instead of the maple seasoning, but I don't think the cinnamon would smell as good as this maple seasoning does. And it smells amazing. So we're gonna flip these over now. Delicious. I'm so excited to try this. So excited. Yeah, and The nice thing about this recipe was everything is pretty much staples in my kitchen. The sweet potato wasn't, but mostly because my kids are picky on their potatoes. So I don't often do potatoes. And I always have some sort of meat. So I like that they had the meat interchangeable and that you could have done chicken instead of pork. Because I know not everyone eats pork and not everyone eats chicken. So, but more people eat chicken than they do pork. So I'll just quickly peek on my sweet potato down there. Move these around a little bit. We'll just give these pork chops one more minute, and then we'll take them out of the pan here. They're looking delicious. Okay. That one. No. And this one. That one. And there we go. And then it says and my apple. And what else do we use? My apple, my orange juice. My orange juice. My vinegar, my sugar, some raisins. If you don't eat raisins, I'm sure you could omit them because it also says walnuts. Do it, and I don't think I have any. Actually, I do have. Throw it in there. And the last teaspoon of seasoning. And then we'll where's mine? And we'll just cook this until it's reduced. This smells awesome too. So but if it wasn't for my taste buds, I probably wouldn't have tried the savory maple, and it is awesome. Okay, now that we've reduced our liquids, we're gonna throw our pork chops back in the pan. And the juices. And we're gonna let that cook for a few minutes. Okay, so the pork chops are done. Or pork chops, sorry. So the sweet potatoes are done. So I'm just gonna take them out of the oven here. Ooh, look at them. Throw my pan down here on the counter. I'm gonna let that I'm gonna let that cool just for a few seconds. And then we're gonna make mashed sweet potatoes. Love mashed sweet potatoes. I'm so excited. So, just let these pork chops finish up.
Mommy, I can't hear the movie.
Yes, you can. Mommy can hear it. Throw the sweet potatoes back into this bowl here. And you guys back over here. I don't know if you guys have ever used stoneware before, but I love my bar pan. What I baked the sweet potatoes on. In my opinion, nothing cooks like stoneware. But everyone has their own preferred cooking tool, but if you haven't tried stoneware, I would suggest checking it out. Okay, so I have my potatoes here. Let's just move this out of the way a little bit. Then my potatoes here. Woo. They're warm. Check my pork chops. And I'm just gonna add a 1/4 cup of milk. It's about room temperature because I've had it sitting on the counter the whole time. And we're just going to mash our potatoes here. Okay. Mash up my potatoes here. Need a little bit more liquid, so I'm going to throw a little bit of cream in there. I like my potatoes a little bit creamier, so that's why. But if you don't like yours quite so creamy, then that's totally fine too, and you could use just a 1/4 cup. I also did more potatoes than the recipe called for, so. But there's my mashed squash, and this is just simmering up here. We're just gonna turn that off there and serve.